Good morning everybody, Broken Ebeez here and welcome to today's live stream. Hope you're all safe and well. So a little bit earlier than scheduled. It was meant to be 10 o'clock, so I'm a little bit early, but anyway, it should be worth it. So title of today's video is Wargaming have really fucking spoilt a brand new clueless, feckless and absolutely fucking useless player. This of course isn't my main account, this is my Steam account which is now funnily enough my main account. Just bear with me a second just while I check the audio. Useless player. Yeah. That's all working. It's not working how I'd like, but it's all working. So I'm just going to spend some time on today's live stream just taking you through my Steam account, which had absolutely nothing on it. And of course the first thing that I did put on it was of course the tier 2 Jagdpanzer tank destroyer, because it's available in the collectors section and it's one of the biggest seal clubbers in the game and a ton of fun. I've then added 2 tier 6 German tanks, one which I got for free, which was the VK2801 with the 105mm dirt gun. So I'm just going through and setting them all up as quickly as I can and enjoying the pants out of them. Yeah, that's that done. Beautiful. And then I also added Tiger 131. No self-respecting account can not have Tiger 131. Now the Jagdpanzer at tier 2 is probably my level. I'm probably at best a tier 2 player. So to have tier 6s available is quite frankly mental. Now as I say, I did a full uninstall of the standalone client with my original account on, and then a full install via Steam of my Steam account onto this Linux Mint gaming PC, and everything's gone really smoothly. No different to doing it on Microsoft Windows. The only difference is that I had to tell it to use Proton. Other than that, everything is so Windows-esque, it's unbelievable. Okay, so that's my German contingent. So I've created 3 playlists for your edification. So the first one is the German, and I'll play the German when I just want to load this up and go and seal club some noobs, and I'm having a bad day. The first full line is the British line. So with the British, I start off on the tech tree with the tier 4 Matilda, which are ground and fully upgraded. We then jump to the tank which I'd like to play a lot but don't know if I can afford to play it, as I am a pure free to play player, and that's the tier 8 Chieftain with the ridiculous T95 turret and gun on it. Bit ridiculous really. So it's not really a Chieftain, is it? You know, it's a Chieftain chassis and hull. That's about it. The rest is the American T95. Now we're also going to have plenty of pain on this account, in that my next tech tree is the tier 5 Churchill, and this is fully unupgraded, as you can see. So this is going to be painful to say the least, but I needed it to complete the collection from tier 4 upwards. So that's my tier 5 tank. My tier 6, of course these are all heavies, is the Churchill 7, which is probably just as bad, if not worse, than the Churchill 1. Then we've got the Churchill Black Prince, in effect the last Churchill that was ever made. We've then got at tier 8 the Carnarvon. Really from here on up on tech trees, I can't afford to play them unless I suddenly start playing like Circumflexes, which is never going to happen. Just saying. At tier 9 we've got the British Conqueror. And all these tanks, I think I've upgraded the Black Prince, have I not? Let's have a look. All these tanks need upgrading. No, I haven't. So let's start off with a Black Prince and let's fully upgrade it. Now, this is all courtesy of Wargaming, who have granted me not one but 2 complete tech trees of my choice. So the first one I went for is, of course, the British. Being British, why would I not? Even though it's probably an incredibly painful line to play at most tiers. The next one up is the Carnarvon. So let's upgrade, get the Carnarvon fully upgraded with all its gear. Although I have to say the gear is greatly simplified. It's very easy. There's an awful lot to like about World of Tanks 2.0. Whilst I don't think this game is fair to all players, and it's certainly not fair to new players, in that it allows veteran players to just seal club them, which I think is wrong. The matchmakers should find players of similar levels, so it shouldn't put you in a match with somebody who's been playing the game for 10 years and has absolutely everything unlocked that their heart could desire. I'm sorry, it just shouldn't. But that's just my opinion. However, it does. So suck it up, Buttercup, because that's what you're going to have to do. But nevertheless, I mean, it's still a terrific game to play, even though it's incredibly stacked against you from the get-go. And a lot of the tanks, you know, you'll spend your time grinding away to unlock a tank. Then when you unlock it, you'll have another shit ton of pain trying to upgrade it and get it to where it's in a competitive state with everybody else, only to find you can't afford as a free-to-play player to play the fucking thing. Mightily disappointed you're gonna be. So anyway, nevertheless, I have kind of stopped listening to the bitching and the whining of a lot of World of Tanks YouTubers, Twitch streamers, etc. Because at the end of the day, it's not your game, it's Wargaming's game, and they can do what the fuck they like with it. I mean, you might not agree with it, you might hate it, you might think it's terrible, but nevertheless, they're allowed and entitled to do what the fuck they like. It's their game. When all's said and done, you can paint it any colour you want. And I see this more and more on YouTube and especially on Twitch, people whining and bitching and griping, not just about World of Tanks, but about all games. And I just think to myself, you know, get a grip. It's a game at the end of the day. It's not a way of life. Not unless you're Quickie, baby. Then it's a way of life. God. Well, it depends on your point of view. Some would say he's very, very lucky to be able to earn a living. from doing what he really loves and enjoys, and that's fine, I get it. But for me personally, it would turn pleasure into utter fucking misery, having to do it day in, day out. That's not pleasure, that's just pain. So there we go, that's the British line, currently from tier 4 right the way through to tier 10. Now, don't think I'm done, because I'm not, because although it's given us up to tier 10, which is very generous of them, I have to say. So we're up here at the Super Conqueror. We've still got all the double-barreled tanks that we can research and play and have a load of fun with. And we've also got the tier 8 super tanks. The tier 11 super tanks, which I'm sure will soon become tier 12. So if we went for the double barrels, we either go through the tank destroyer line. What am I on about? Oh, ignore me. I'm talking like a twat. We either go through the Cavalier line to the Centurion AK, and the Centurion 1 I think is the original proper that's a Centurion, or we go for the double barrels, and I'm quite tempted to go for the double barrels, which start at tier 7 with the chopper, and we'll see if we can. That's almost like a Valentine's chassis. That'd be interesting. So anyway, that's the British line. Lots and lots of fun to be had, lots and lots of pain and misery. I do sincerely worry about the whole state of the game and the meta of the game, with so many people leaving and going to Mir Tankov or Mir Koabli on World of Warships. It must excuse me, it must seriously be hurting Wargaming now, because there are so many people that have left and so many people that have joined the Russian version of the game, myself included. I actually left for a while and just played the Russian version and encouraged many other people to do so, because Mir Koabli actually make it a pleasure for you to log in. Now Wargaming make it a misery for you to log in, but they do reward you exactly the same as World of Warships for playing the game. It doesn't matter how terrible you are. Being shit at World of Tanks doesn't translate into making you into a bad person. It's just the way it is. Okay, so the second line that I've unlocked, of course, is the one that doesn't suffer RNG, which is the Russian line, again starting at tier 4. I've researched and bought the T28 and fully unlocked it, so we've got plenty of grinding to do for that. I wasn't going to bother with the KV1, but again the KV1 is kind of the gateway to all the other tech tree lines. Although we've got the straight KV line heavy tank unlocked, we've not got the double barrelers, so we'd need to do the T150 and the KV3, which would then lead us to this one here, the first double barreled, and again that starts at tier 8. We probably excuse me, frog in my throat, we probably can't afford to play that, but anyway. So on this line I've also got the KV1 SA, which is why at the minute I've literally not bothered. I'll probably play this tank in the Russian line more than any other tank because it's a premium. After that we've got the tier 6 KV1S, and I've fitted the derp gun on it. I've not yet set these all up. I've got plenty to do. I don't even know if we've got I don't even know if we'll be able to play them. On World of Warships, you kind of stop at tier 6. You can go to tier 7 at a pinch if you have good games, but anything above tier 7 and you're just bleeding credits hand over fist, literally. So again, I think I've upgraded these. I think I went through and well, that one's upgraded anyway. Okay, so the next tank in the line is the famous IS-3. I don't know if I've upgraded from the IS-3 onwards. No, I haven't. So we can mount the big 122mm gun, and we can go ahead and mount the upgraded turret, and we can add the engine and the tracks. Okay, and that's now completely fully upgraded to a playable state, where at least we've got a tiny bit of a chance, not fucking much, but a bit. So the IS-3 at tier 8, again, unless you've got premium account time on the tech tree and are having good games, you're just not going to be able to afford to play it. It's that simple. And I think that's sad, and I think it's something that Wargaming really do need to address, because there's no point having tanks if you can't afford to play them, right? And not everybody wants to spend money on a monthly subscription to a game. Just saying. I don't know if this one's upgraded or not. No, it's not. So let's go ahead and upgrade it. There we go. And this is the tier 9. There you go. So she's now fully upgraded. I don't think there's anything to upgrade on the tier 10, because I think the tier 10 is what it is. So here's the tier 10. Top what used to be the old top of the tree, which is the IS-7, and you know, again, tier 10, beautiful tank, but chances are you won't be able to afford to play it as a free-to-play player. It's just too darned expensive. Even saving my credits up here, as you can see, I haven't got a lot, but I've got 11 mil credits. You will go through that at a frightening rate if you don't have great games at higher tiers. So I tend to stop at tier 6. So I'll play everything up to and including tier 6. Everything else, well, it looks nice, it's very pretty, but it's fairy dust because I just can't afford to play it. It's as simple as that. Now we could play the KV-1S without the dirt, with the standard gun, which is an 85mm gun. We do have them all unlocked. There we go. So we could play it like a standard tank if you like. There we go. But again, you know, even at this level, you cannot really afford to spam gold ammo. And it's all very well a streamer like Quickie Baby having a free-to-play account. Quickie Baby is not a casual World of Tanks player. He does it for a living. You know, he will sit there 6, 7, 8 hours grinding shit. Your ordinary casual player would never ever be able to do that, let alone want to do it. So you've got to factor all them things in when you're making decisions to play the game. If you're going to play World of Tanks, you first of all need to have the skin of a rhino. You secondly need to ignore every other fucker in the game, and thirdly, you need to enjoy it. Enjoy your time spent in the game. Otherwise, there's absolutely no fucking point you doing it. Mightily pissed you'll get. Okay, so I don't know what excuse me level these are all at 0, so that's fine. I always go for recon. I always go for the individual skills first, which probably isn't the brightest thing to do. It's probably better off to go for concealment or brothers in arms, but those are crew-wide skills, which great, you know, but you've got to level the whole crew up, and sometimes the crew doesn't level up equally. So, you know, but anyway, don't listen to me, because I'm an absolute noob that knows not what he's going on about. Crew, if when fully trained, increases the crew efficiency. And last but not least, what have we got? When fully trained, gun loading time decreases. Yeah, we'll have a bit of that. So there we go. So excuse me. So that's that all set up as far as the setup goes. The next thing we need to do, of course, is put the equipment on it. So I'm going to go for vents. I'm going to go for a gun lane drive, and I'm going to go for coated optics, I think, so we can increase the view range rather than camouflage. You know, there's a case to be made for a lot of these, really. But anyway, I'm guessing we'll be playing this tank a lot in the beginning, and I'll show you the difference between playing it with normal ammo and playing it with premium ammo, both in terms of excuse me, the sort of games you'll have and the cost of those games. I mean, look at that, there's only 283 players in the queue across all tiers. That is really worrying. Has Wargaming seen the end of its days? And it certainly feels like that because of the lengthy wait times to get into a battle, which are just not there on Mir Tankov. Just saying. I might bring the two Russian games down tonight for comparison, both Mir Koabli and Mir Tankov. Then again, I might not. I think we've got enough stuff going on this Linux Mint gaming PC. I have also bought all the emulators down so we can grab the ROMs and emulate really old games on the PC. And I've also brought down things like I don't know if it's still got it installed actually. No, I've probably uninstalled it. I did also bring Oracle VirtualBox down because I fancied a bit of VirtualBoxing, but I've got an issue with it, and it's a cute issue and I don't know how to fix it. I'll perhaps do a separate video on it, and perhaps somebody out there can help me fix it. That'd be great. So for a tier 4 battle, we've now been in the queue for 2 minutes. And there we go, we're in. We're on the battlefield. Red marker, low penetration chance. Green marker, high penetration chance. Got it. Okay. Now I've got to think where the hell we are. We're on a modified map, and okay. I'm assuming this is just against bots. I'm assuming this is classed as a training mission against bots, so no need for us to use premium ammunition here then, love. Let's knock the tree down. Such is my terrible driving. And we'll try not to knock the wall down. We'll try and leave the wall intact. There we go. There we go, Ebeez. And I do remember this map, but it is heavily modified. It's not the map that I'm used to playing or remember from back in the day. And I'm probably going to die horribly here, even though they're only bots. But anyway, we'll do our best. So it looks like they're all headed up the middle, which is par for the course. Don't forget we're in a tier 4 tech tree, so I don't know if I have to play some training missions first. I'm spotted.
The light bulb icon indicates that you have been spotted by enemies.
Yeah, this is a training mission. And these are all bots. I'm now getting hit, which I really didn't want to do. Cripes, this might be a Zis gun, but it don't do much damage, that's for sure. And we're certainly taking it up the backside. Cripes, I'm about dead. 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 So we're back to the garage with our tail between our legs because we were too aggressive and played like a twat. Of course you can't legislate for playing like a twat, that's squarely on you. Just saying. Mission completed, we got 25,000 credits for that, so it's obviously some kind of training mission, even though I played like an utter twat. Yeah, so let's accept that. Thank you very much. Mission 12 completed. Affirmative to next mission. Yeah, we're currently in the Tank Academy. Okay. So earn 150,000 credits in random battles in tier 4 to tier 10 vehicles. Well, we can do that. So was that a warm-up match? Let's go to campaigns, because we may as well activate them in the vain hope that one time we'll get lucky and actually complete one. Yeah, don't hold your breath.
Many of these technologies are decades beyond our current capabilities.
But I have to be honest, going from the old World of Tanks to World of Tanks 2, I think there's an awful lot to really like. I know a lot of streamers and veteran players are saying it's terrible and it's a mobile interface, this, that and the other. I actually think Wargaming have done a really good job. Or is it Wargaming? Is this not just fed from the developers of Mirko Able? I'm not sure. Okay, so this is the first mission that we've got to do. We need to be among the top 10, win a battle, and to get honours we need to survive the battle. Okay, and that one that's 50,000 credits and an extra 25,000 credits if we survive. Well, we might just get lucky. Who knows? Fuck knows. Okay, so let's get in there. We'll wait our 2+ minutes. Ho hum. As I say, the long wait times the younger players won't tolerate. They'll piss off, they'll log out, piss off, log out and go and play something else. And that's why a lot of the younger players play World of Tanks Blitz, because it's smaller games, faster games and fewer waiting times, and also it's possible in that game to just bot farm like it is on World of Warships by default, whereas on this game you can't bot farm because you never really know how many real players are on the other side. Veteran players might have a good idea, but believe you me, you won't. And then of course there's the, I don't know if the anonymizer is still a thing. It was a thing back in the day that allows you to in effect camouflage your real in-game name. So we've already been waiting over a minute for a game, and we're still not in. Wow. Sounds like I'm complaining and a bit impatient, and I assure you I'm not. Yeah, that is there, and disappeared Ebeez. But nevertheless, I don't ever remember it being like this. To get into battles was always so quick. So that tells me the volume of players that no longer play this game. And, you know, it's not a tank simulator. I am looking at a replacement for this as a game, but the trouble is there's not too much that's like World of Warships and World of Tanks to replace it with. That's the problem. There are some really cheap, nasty versions out there, which you really don't want to be getting yourselves into. And trying to find offline versions of the game is even harder. I think I've done it with World of Tanks. This looks like a real battle. So I'm gonna, as I'm a newbie player, I'm gonna kind of hang around the back a bit and not rush in and try not to die too hard. I'm disappointed with how much damage this gun does. I'm going to have to take about 38 shots to kill anything. We could be up against all bots. For the look of it, we're up against, it's a bot battle. So it looks like you've got to wait anything up to 2 minutes for a straight bot battle. So maybe you can replicate World of Warships. Of course, I'm down at tier 4. I don't know if it's any better at the higher tiers. I've just no idea. And of course, the minute you fire, you're exposed. Just saying. The problem I've now got is if I go out and attack that tank and something comes around that corner, I'm well exposed and in the tom tit really. It depends if everybody's gone down the valley.
The circle around the reticle indicates gun accuracy.
Right, I'm still training.
For a more accurate shot.
And I've hit dick shit. You see what I mean? Now somebody's come around that corner and they're piling into me. And the problem is I can't really sit here trading because I'm going to lose.
Treat them with the first aid kit on the bottom panel.
I think we can trade in. Yeah, so we can use the first aid, which is number 4. Again, if I played this on a frighteningly regular basis, I'd just use muscle memory to do that. Okay, so let's go forward. Oh, there's another one here. I don't like sitting on this bridge. Normally, if it was a real battle against real players, you'd just get absolutely annihilated sitting on a bridge. But it's really, really good. 10 out of 10 to Wargaming for giving you the new player or the returning player a chance to get back into the saddle through playing kind of training missions. Really? Really? Oh my good God. Oh, we managed to hit him. Which for me is a massive win. He's firing way too fast for me to sustain that. One more hit and I'm dead. There you go. Fucking dead. Wow. The only nice thing about the box is they're not firing gold.
Your vehicle was destroyed. You can click the mouse button to spectate your allies.
Or you can fuck off back to the garage. Okay, well, this is a bit of a baptism of fire, isn't it, to be honest? And we've got another defeat, yet another defeat. Our win rate is going to be shite, but I think you've not got to concern yourself with win rate. And if you're not doing well in a particular nation's tanks, then swap nation. Simple as that. Okay, let's go ahead and try the British Matilda. Are we good to go? I think we are. Okay, let's try the Tier 4 Matilda. It's not as biscuit tinish as the Russian Tier 4 T28, which I do love. It's a great tank, but it takes a lot of getting used to, and it's very, very fragile. And the 57mm Zisk gun on it, whilst it's got really good high penetration on the standard rounds, the damage is piss poor. So, you know, you can empty a magazine into a tank before you'll kill it. But nevertheless, enjoyment and raging and getting pissed off is almost guaranteed. Whether you go World of Tanks or World of Warships is a bit more chilled, because it's not often you get your arse handed to you. Whereas on World of Tanks you get your arse handed to you with frightening regularity. And even so-called top players like Quickie Baby, I've seen him have a 0 match and just get annihilated. It happens to the best of us, don't worry about that. So if you do have a match where you get pwned, don't worry about it. So it may well be that we're having to wait 2 minutes because we're in, if you like, training mode, I guess. We're not out there in the real world. So maybe that's why, but there was still quite long wait times on the other account. It seems to be 2 minutes is the standard wait time, which don't sound much, but it's quite a lot, 2 minutes, just saying. Okay, let's try ourselves in the British. Let's play what we should play, the Britisher, not the Mother Russian, although the Mother Russian does have the secret hidden skill, well they used to have, called the Hand of Stalin, whereby Stalin would guide his hand down and make your shot hit, even if it wasn't gonna hit. Well, he'd correct that for you. So let's see what we're up against. We're not up against all bots this time by the look of it. If they've not got colons in front of the name, they shouldn't be bots. But anyway, we shall see. So I'm fairly cocky and confident in this fully upgraded Matilda. And we know for a fact that if we come up against the bot, chances are they won't be firing gold ammunition at us. The Matilda is very slow, but one of the most heavily armoured tanks for its tier. So unlike the T28, which can't sit out in front of things and trade, if this is angled, it can. And it can be, you see, tank destroyer, he's just going to sit at the back here, camp, and wait for something to pop round that corner. Well, being as we've got support and he's there, we're going to get the big boy pants on, or the twat pants, whichever you want to call them. We're going to mosey on up, and we're going to man up. Oh, hello. That's tempting. The trouble is, if I'm focused on matey boy down here, I'm not going to be looking at what's around the corner. Oh well, I think we need to go forward and progress. See if we can spot a load of stuff, and it looks like there's a couple of tanks around there that we can have a go at if we can actually ever get there. Yeah, that guy in the tank destroyer still sat there, eating cheese, drinking wine, catching a few rays. Oh, hello. Let's see if we can have a bit of surprise butt sex.
Your gun can only be fired if the circle around the reticle is completely green. A green reticle indicates a high chance of penetrating the enemy's armor.
It's a very fast firing gun is this, and it can absolutely wreck your opponents. And I mean wreck them. But you will have to fire a lot of rounds in order to wreck them. I don't know if I can get a cheeky shot on him. I can. See you, big boy, you're done. Okay, that's bad. Now we've been spotted. And I'm guessing all these bots here are going to shite themselves now at the thought of a tier 4 heavily armoured Matilda coming round the corner and sticking my shells up their ass. Okay, been spotted by something, don't know what. Okay, so that's what spotted us. And there we go. Hello, boys. And they won't stay there for long once they start getting blatted, that's for sure. And we can negate a lot of the damage by angling. We are actually losing 3-2, really. And I think the track took a bit of damage. So they've whiffed the shot. So this is so fast firing. Really? Oh, and they whiffed that shot. Can't we repair? Yeah. We can. So now they've got enemies in front of them and behind them. They're in a right 2 and 8. See, this is what I love about this tank. You can just absolutely boss it. And whereas you can't do this in the T28, you can do it all day long in the Matilda. You can even poke out in front of tanks, and if you're angled you'll be just fine. Wow. Wow, is all I can say. Wow. So there's 2 tanks left. That's one of them. That made short work of him. This is making it look like I'm a good player, I do assure you. I am shite. And the Deutsche Wagen 2 is over there getting tonked. I'm sure he'll be dead before we can get over there. And that's the power of British tanks, British armour. Accurate, fast firing, high penetrative guns, mega armour. And the only other downside is the mobility. There is none. But nevertheless really enjoyable. What a difference to the T28 game. That was really enjoyable. We had good fun. We didn't play particularly well. Level 1 decal received. Affirmative. Okay, so received decal allows you to adjust styles. Okay. Well, we've already got... the thing is, if you put a decal on, it takes the camo off. Whereas... Are you with me? Look, so now there's no fucking camo. So I can put a decal on, but then I lose my camo. Which is a bit weird. Not happy about that. But anyway, we've got a free decal. Let's go back to the garage and we've still got our camo. Beautiful. Okay, so we can do another battle. We'll do one more in the Tamilda. And then we'll wrap this little stream up. But I'd like to say a massive thank you to Wargaming for being super generous to all players for a change, not just veterans. And it's so nice for them to spoil unworthy players such as myself, who are casual, free to play, never spend a penny on the game. So you're not really in a position to bitch and gripe, are you? I still don't understand streamers who, you know, receive free gold every month. They receive the latest tanks as soon as they're available for free so they can do content. I still don't understand them bitching about Wargaming. And then they're surprised when they get kicked out of the partner program. Well, if you're in the partner program, you're there to promote the game. You know, you're not there to criticise it or rip it to bits. That's not your concern. Your concern is to make enjoyable content that people want to watch, and hence encourage, influence people to start playing the game. That's the way I see it. So why some of these top streamers are get involved in bitch wars and saying this is wrong, Wargaming are crap at that. I mean, is it any surprise really that Wargaming started kicking some of these streamers out the program? And then of course it opens up a shitfest bitch session. Okay, let's see if we can have another good game. Victory or death. Ooh, the KV1. Biscuit tin. T-34. Good tank. Biscuit tin. Either cap the base or kill all. You'll see that spammed in the chat a lot. No cap, kill all. Especially at higher tiers. Just fucking ignore it. Do what you want to do. And we're on the same map yet again. Third time in a row. We're going to do the same manoeuvre again. Surely it's not going to work for a third time, surely. We're going to go straight down the middle and try and flank them and see how we get on. Now I was going to do a comparison firing regular ammo and gold ammo, but in something like the Matilda you've got such high penetration on this gun that gold ammo really isn't necessary anyway, unless you are unfortunate enough to have a real battle and find yourself in a tier 6 match. But you know, if you start firing gold ammo, you're just not gonna make credits at all. So again, there's that trade-off as a free-to-play player. Again, if you're watching streamers like Quickie Baby on Twitch, he is not, I repeat, he is not your average everyday run-of-the-mill ho-hum free-to-play casual player. He just isn't. You know, he's a very, very good player. He knows what he's doing. He knows the systems, and he's not like you, believe you me. I don't know if we can... Critical fucking hit. What's all that about? Really?
Even when the reticle is green, armor penetration is not guaranteed.
No, of course it's not. It's called Hand of Stalin. Yeah, I think he's had enough, hasn't he? I don't know if there's a tank down there. There's a tank over there, but I'm sure we can't hit him from here, surely. Probably not. And these are now got the man pants on, so to speak.
You have been spotted. Firing may reveal your position.
We're just pummeling. We took a bit of damage ourselves, but we can out trade him. I don't know what that is, but I'm guessing we need to get the hell out of here, otherwise something nasty is going to happen. Really? Really? That's new. Okay, so somebody blew the bridge up with me on it. Well, fair enough. We still managed nearly 1,000 damage. In my book, anything up to 1,000 damage is acceptable for my class of player ability, which is 0. It might even be -0. But anyway, we have a fully flushed out account, not on one tech tree but on 2 tech trees to play and enjoy, all thanks to Wargaming, and we can just enjoy the pants out of it. We've really got at this stage nothing else to buy. All we really need to do is play and upgrade the tier 5 Churchill, and then decide which tech tree we want to go down. Let's just have a look. I can't remember. Modules, armour. Let me go to tech tree. That'd be an idea, wouldn't it? Let's have a look at the tech tree, and we can place that nicely there because it's out the way. So if we go to the British and the Churchill, sorry, the Matilda, yeah, that's the medium tanks. So it's the Churchill 7 we need to play in order to start researching the double barrel tanks. I don't even know if these tanks are worth researching. They look an absolute mug's eyeful, but I don't know. So we need to play the Churchill 1 and get this all upgraded and maxed out so we can have some fun in it. You won't have a lot of fun in the Churchill, believe you me. It's not like the Matilda. And then we need to, once we've decided, I guess basically we need to thrash the backside off the Churchill 7, which is more pain and woe, at tier 6. Let's try a quick battle in the Churchill and see what happens, and then we'll wrap this little live stream up. We'll probably get our arses handed to us. I don't even know if I've trained the crew and upgraded it. I think I've upgraded it, but I don't know if I've put the equipment on it or whatever, but we'll see. Actually, no, you see, I haven't even put the equipment, so I really don't want to go into a battle with an ill-equipped and unupgraded tank. So we need to really play the Churchill 5 before we do anything. So let's go ahead, and I always equip vents, just me personally, an enhanced gun lane drive, and that's your aiming speed. And you can, it's your choice whether you go for optics or whether you go for a gun rammer. It's your choice. I always think if you can see them, you can hit them, whereas if you can't see them, well, you can't hit them. We can't equip anything from here because these don't take effect, I believe, until tier 6. And there's 4 equipment and 4 crew as well. But again, this just costs you credit after credit, which is fine if you're a premium account and a good player. If you're like me, free to play and a shit player, well, you're gonna struggle a bit. So that recon increases view range when fully trained, and we've got a bonus perk, and again we can increase the view range by an extra 3% on him. On this guy here, we'll take snapshot, and don't forget, none of these are trained yet. We could take a premium crew out of a premium tank, if we have a British one, and put it in this tank to get, oh, we don't want to do snapshot. Decreases the gun dispersion by another 3.5%, and increases the aiming speed by another 2.5%. I'm going to go for dispersion on this one. Oh, I've gone for snapshot. Well, that's 2 of them got snapshot, which is silly, really. I like off-road driving. Clutch braking's also good, but I'm going to see if I can reset that. Can I reset that for free? Yeah, I can. It's not cost me anything, because I took snapshot. Deadeye, when fully trained, increases the chance of critically damage. Does he, when fully trained, the time before, yeah. Quick aiming. I don't think I've taken that, so I'll take quick aiming for him. As I say, this is how a crap noob does it. Perfect charge, when fully trained, shot velocity, which is really good. Adrenaline rush is also okay. Safe stowage, saves you getting ammo racked. When fully decreases the time of changing, yeah. So I'm going to go for adrenaline rush on this one. And we've got to change them all up. We do have crew training books available, but you know, we could use them, but I'd rather save them for a tank that I'm definitely going to be playing all the while. So let's have a quick painful battle in the Churchill, completely stock, Oh my god. This is going to be pain, woe and misery. But the one thing it has done is really allowed me to showcase all these different games running beautifully on the Linux Mint, and I think it also showcases that the ordinary user will certainly not miss their Microsoft Windows unless they're playing kernel level anti-cheat games. You know, there's a gazillion other games out there that run beautifully on the Linux, and it's only getting better and better over time as time goes on. Valve's doing a wonderful job, Wine's doing a wonderful job, and the Linux developers themselves with the kernel improvements are doing a wonderful job. So for you as a PC home user, it's just win-win. And if you're not a gamer and don't have a specialist app requirement, i.e. you're not using something that only runs on Windows per se, then there's absolutely no rhyme or reason why you wouldn't dump Windows 10 or 11 and go to Linux. Now, I see the other day Brian from Brytech Videos, a super guy, really knows his stuff, lovely man, and he's downgraded from Windows 11 back down to Windows 10 IoT long-term support because he's just absolutely fucking had enough of Microsoft shenanigans, and it's only going to get worse. And if somebody of Brian's ilk is downgrading, what more do you need to know? You know, this is, Brian's not a paid World of Tank streamer who's bitching about wargaming. You know, Brian knows his stuff. He's a great guy. He helps so many people out, despite the internet being full of arseholes. But hey, we've all got the divine right to be an arsehole. It's what it is. So this is going to be incredibly fucking painful. I dread to think this looks like a proper full game, and we're at tier 5, and we are now right royally fucked because we're in a stock Churchill. So all we are is XP fodder for the other fuckers. We've got probably zero chance of penning anything, so we may as well just go a bit gung-ho. There's no pointers trying to play it, you know, like we know what the fuck we're doing. There's no pointers trying to sit and snipe, because we're on a town map where sitting and sniping, unless you're a tank destroyer at the back and you just sit there and wait for tanks to come on to you, we're pretty much fucked. Right from the get-go, we are fucked. So we'll see what we can do. Probably not a lot. I'm guessing if we pull out too far here, we're going to get tonked. Somebody could appear there and give us a good tonking. Let's go and try and cut that avenue off. And this is a new bit, this bridge here. That never used to be there. Tank destroyers will probably sit there. If there are any tank, yeah, there is tank destroyers in the game. And if you come up against something like a Su-85B, he will just make fucking mincemeat of you, and you won't even be able to spot him. We're completely fucking blind as a bat, for sure. There we go. All this rocking backwards and forwards bollocks. Pro players, yeah. He didn't even scratch, did them. Hang on, look, he's going to keep zipping forward. You caught your fucking toe, didn't you? Just saying. Oh, we got a kill. That's embarrassing that we got a kill and a fully stocked Churchill. Just saying. Even angling your tank in a lot of instances makes no fucking difference whatsoever. So we'll go with the pack. Hopefully use them as a meat shield. The other downside of the Churchill series of tanks is their power to weight ratio is horrendous, which translates basically into really lack of mobility, as the artillery scampering away shitting itself. Morning, Beck. How you diddly doing? Nice to see you. But nevertheless, great fun, all running on the Linux. You've got till, I believe, January the 1st to log in to your account to get not one but 2 free tech trees. So, well, if you don't do it, it's your own fault, isn't it? Really, you can blame nobody else but yourself. And the thing is, once the offer's gone, once the offer's gone, it's gone. So, you know, it's Christmas time. Fill your boots and get going for it. This gun is like the Matilda in that it's really fast firing. And there's the artillery. Yes, sir. I'm guessing that it stunned me deliberately. I'm dead. But look, we did 400 damage. We're going to win the game, and not bad. And that should give us a bit of XP to start the upgrade process, I hope. So there you go. Tier 4. We were all up against bots. Tier 5 we got into the big boy leagues and came up against real players. We had victory, mastery badge 3rd class. We got 1,210. We got 5 multipliers. I'm going to apply that because extra XP 3,025 is extra XP. How did we do? Middle of the road. That's not bad, really, considering. And you know, if you look at base XP, yeah, middle of the road on everything really. And we got a kill, so we're okay. We did okay. So let's have a look at what upgrades we've got available. We can research 3 upgrades apparently, or there's a choice of 3 available. We did earn a lot of XP. We've got 3,800 XP. Just bear with me a second. I'll be right back on the mic. Just take the phone call. Okay, we should be back, and my apologies for that. So I was just trying to remember where sound in the background is, but I'm assuming it's in there somewhere. I'll just click apply and OK. So anyway, there we go. At least we've started upgrading the Churchill one. We've put a slightly better turret on it. It's still not going to make any difference to gold ammo and being penned. The tank is a pretty much like its sibling, the Churchill 7. It's just a pain fest. It's a big tank. It's got shit armour, and it's just an XP meal for anybody that wants to farm you, and there's fuck all you can do about it. But nevertheless, I would like to say a massive thanks to Wargaming for their generosity. If you are a World of Tanks player, then do log in. It's certainly worth your while to log in to get yourself all the freebies that Wargaming are throwing at you. And if you are currently on Windows 10 or Windows 11 and seriously regretting it, well, you know, there is options out there for you. The only person that's stopping you upgrading or making a move is you, really. Oh, I can undo 3 as well. Okay. Oh, we've got some more extra rewards for doing the advent calendar every day. So there you go, everybody. A thoroughly enjoyable time was had by all. I'm sure that in load old hand camouflage. No, happy with this camouflage. I'm sure in future live streams we're going to have a shit fest. Thank you, Beck. But as I say, don't be afraid about upgrading away from Windows and on to Linux, because honestly, by and large, if you're an ordinary home user, you're going to have a great time. Thanks everybody, have a great day, much love, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.